Howdy folks, my name's Casey and I'm here to take you on a little adventure. Today we are at Gore's Landing, getting ready to launch on the Ocklawaha River. We were here by invite from Paul Nosca, aka the Ocklawahaman, who has spent most of his life growing up on the Ocklawaha River. Today we are going to head out to Star Island. It's a primitive set of woods that very few people have gone to. It has old growth trees, and it's just going to be an awesome adventure out here. So I'm going to get unloaded and get ready for today's trip. All right, we just launched and away we go. Paul's going to lead the way. This is Riddell Creek, feeding into the Ocklawaha. What a beautiful morning.
Not too bad.
What are we at?
Well, last time I came it was 3.10. It must be about 2.95 or so.
Oh wow.
It gets algae growing on it, you just scrape it off so you can see it. St. John's River, Ocklawaha, T3 gauge. So late, it's terrible.
Oh, this is the Dead River, he says. It's pretty wide. You said that one's fed by the Ocklawaha?
Right, it's a side creek.
Okay.
It's an auxiliary channel.
There's a tall cypress right there, right in the center of the screen. Ancient, awesome cypress. Yeah, the problem with the camera is it just doesn't really show how big the thing is, and it gets lost in the the camera tries to undistort the wide angle, so you kind of lose the height and the drasticness and awesomeness of the trees. All right, I gotta catch up. He's fast. He just keeps paddling.
That is a giant leather fern. It's a tropical plant. It grows in the Caribbean and South Florida. And there's only a few in here that are protected by the cold enough that don't freeze. Yeah.
This is an old steamboat landing. The steamboats would run up and down the rivers ferrying people. It's one of the stops.
And for some reason, which I can't really figure out, this was called Hell's Half Acre in here. It don't look that bad to me, but it's right across the Palmetto Landing. I don't know what happened there. There's not much water going in there, but it is.
Uh-huh. Yeah, this is Fish Creek right here.
So if you went in there a little bit, you'd notice a current.
Oh yeah, I can kind of see it.
So it wraps way around for a couple of miles, and we'll see where it comes out is much wider.
We got the sun finally breaking through. Gorgeous. Right along the banks are the Indian mounds. They're like where they'd collect their bones and their shells and everything right there. Class 0.5 rapids. Hang on to your hats. You survived! We're in the middle of some more 0.5 rapids. About to run into this log jam.
Yeah, Fish Creek comes in from the left.
All right, so we're coming up on where Fish Creek comes out. And there's a big alligator that lives in this area.
You'll see it's sort of like a mound on that side.
Uh-huh.
I think that's a log. I don't think that's the gator. But
Okay. We're just scanning, looking. It's a 12-footer. Decent size.
it's one I wouldn't want to run into.
Yeah, 12 foot's, that's large. Coming up right here is Cedar Creek. This is where we're gonna jump into, and that's gonna lead us back into the jungle so we can find Star Island. Yeah, it looks like it maybe. This is called shell marl, and the soil that's on top is really good for all these trees to grow on, but right underneath it, it's just sand and shell. Coming up on a really big fat cypress right here. We're gonna hop out and check it out. Yeah, look at this thing. Need to get Paul standing next to it to see the size. Look at that.
Always good to cautiously look at the ground, of course.
Definitely hollow.
This one had a small hole in it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the inside of that tree, that hollowed out area, is big enough if you could slip in there to sleep in. It's huge. That Paul's posing to show the size of that tree. That's crazy, huh?
Now I'm getting old, but I'm not as old as this. This one's probably pushing 1,000 years. It's probably 800 to 1,000 years old.
It's crazy. So impressive.
Later on, we'll actually measure some of the trees on the other island. I'm not going to mess with this one right now. The way they measure trees, Casey, I don't know if you looked it up, but about 4.5 feet above ground level, and then
Wow.
they call it DBH, diameter breast high. So you get the circumference, and then you divide it by pi and figure out the width.
Yeah, that one's a huge one.
Last time I was here, there was water in here.
It's hard to film and paddle in here. You can see how much debris is here, and there's logs all across. So just pushing through, you know, trying to find the best route, it's pretty fun. It's like playing Tetris or something.
In places it gets kind of narrow in here,
Oh yeah.
so you got 8, 9, 10-foot gator
All right, so we're currently on the edge of Star Island, or at least the land that's going to lead us to Star Island. Looking for the spot to. All right, we're going to stash our canoe and kayak right up here. There we are. All right, let's go find some old growth trees. If you look, you can kind of see how it's a trail right here. And then it runs this way, and Paul's on it. This is an old Jeep trail where people have figured out a way to get back here when the water's low in their vehicles. But it's been a while, it looks like.
Star Island gets higher up there.
Up ahead on the Jeep trail is a mud hole, and If you come here, there's a clump of mud on the ground. So these Jeep trails are still being used back in here. That's a pretty good rut right there.
This looks fairly recent.
Oh yeah, the tracks.
I'm telling you, according to the National Forest Plan, there's no road.
It'd be fun though.
Forward march.
So just straight ahead, that tree is crazy big. Get up there and check the measurements on that thing.
Old growth live oak tree.
Yeah, an old growth live oak. So it arches out over, so we're looking straight up. And it comes down here. Wow. Just dwarfed by it. That's crazy. Yeah, that's impressive.
Welcome to the jungle. Old growth live oak tree. How do you measure something like this?
That come down? Let me come on that side.
Yeah, follow me here, tell me how it is.
Yep, you're looking, go up just a little. Yep, right there. Yep.
19 feet, 20 feet, 21,
Yeah.
22, 23, 24, 25.
Wow, that's like 26 even.
Yeah, about 26.
26 foot diameter.
You
Wow.
want to get a close-up
Yeah,
picture
we
of
can
that?
get a shot of that. 26 foot around at chest level. Crazy.
Yep.
This one is gnarly looking.
Yep. It's interesting to get pictures from that side, interesting from this side. Almost as smooth like a cypress
Yeah.
look to it. Whew.
Yeah. Video. Oh man, that is so cool looking. With the broken end up top. Yeah, it does look like a different tree. It's all rough on this side and smooth on the other. Off in the distance there, not too far, is another monster live oak. We're gonna walk in and check it out. Yeah, we just passed a oak tree back here. That was pretty big, but it wasn't like anywhere near these other giant ones. So, like, yeah, it's not even worth it. All right, let's cut through the jungle here. Oh yeah, this one's pretty big. It's no 25, 26 footer, but
I don't think so.
it's a good size. Look at that thing. This jungle's so cool. I'm gonna show nature's toilet here. When the palms break off, they rot out the center, and it's just a tube. Doesn't that look like a toilet right there? One of these days, I'm gonna use one. There's these pine trees right here that run up easily well over 100 foot up there. They're giant and just straight. Really cool. Here's another decent sized oak.
Pretty good size.
Yeah. It's crazy that a tree that's that big now it's still impressive, but after seeing that monster, it's like a baby to it. I just want to point out, as we've been walking, for about the past 30 minutes. Paul's been talking about these orange trees that are out here. We've yet to see any oranges. Where are they at, Paul?
We'll find some somewhere.
I found a good sit-down log. Take it. Oh, it's a little squishy.
Oh, then you gotta watch out. It's full of
Not a good sit-down log.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we thought we found a rest area.
Solid.
That was funny. All right, so this one looks pretty good too. Give it a shot. Well, that one's definitely solid.
Let's see if the cabbage palm is solid.
All right.
Yeah. Did you get that?
No, I just turned it off.
Oh no!
I just fell off the log too. That was funny. All right, so
We gotta get our balance back.
I know, right? All right, so that's snack and lunch. I have a snack pack back at the boat, but that'll be my calories for the ride back. We just finished our break right there, and as we walk around, there's this really nice sitting log right here. Just missed it. So we're walking along, we got into the lower level dry land. You can see all the cypress knees sticking up. Very wild back in here. It's actually water flow right there. All right, we have swamp stomped for a little bit. Broke out our compasses so we can maintain a steady course and try and find the road. We've stepped off it, and we know the general direction to go, so that's what we're doing. Look at the day though, it's so nice out here. Hardly any mosquitoes. There's an occasional one, but hardly any. No crazy wildlife yet. No bears, no alligators. Nothing to kill us. All right, just keep trudging this way. Come across it eventually. So we found trash, and we both agree we don't like seeing trash, but this is kind of a welcoming sight. Meaning we are on the right track at least. Somebody else has been here. All right, we're definitely on a path of some sort. Not a well-used one, but definitely a path. So this should lead back to a recognizable spot. Look, an old deer stand.
I'm betting this is where we were before. But okay, so we'll take a shot.
See the bouncing leaf back in there? It's supposed to mean there's either good omens or bad omens. I don't remember which. Let's see if it keeps doing it as I come over here. Let's see it down there. Why are you dancing? I think it's a good omen. It means we found ourselves. Maybe. Actually, I've lost Paul, so I gotta catch up. Somewhere in these woods. We just walked out of here, and that's the log we took our break on. So we just did a big loop through there.
That's not the ones you fell off, though.
Yeah, that's the one I
It is,
felt.
but you
Yeah.
didn't have it on camera.
In the center of the trail, there's this pile up of leaves and debris, which is weird that it's right there, not anywhere else. Like somebody raked it. Paul's still going on about these dang oranges. I'm curious to know if this tree exists or not.
The honor of Ocklawahaman is on the line.
As we're walking, he hollers out, "Did a tree fall down on us?" And we're both looking at this thing. Quite large, but
Something's digging a hole to make a home out of it.
oh yeah. But we're both pretty certain we're on the right path.
And the swamp is over there, so.
Yeah. Maybe it was that waving fern that stepped into a different place. You're not gonna believe this, but there's an orange tree right there.
That's that's the one I walked back into.
That's what he's saying. That's the one. All right, let's get back in there. I want to try one of these things. Oh yeah, they're the sour ones, but I'm gonna eat one anyway. I'm gonna find a good one that's maybe on the ground, recently fallen one. There's a good one.
Yep.
Yeah.
As long as it's not broken into it.
Uh-huh. All
The
right.
Ocklawaha man does come through.
Yeah, he does.
Had my doubts there for a while. And I don't know, from the direction I was going, I couldn't see those really good. The sun shining on them from here,
Yeah.
I could see them.
Yeah. Yeah, we got a good haul.
Yeah, that one's open.
See that?
Yeah, 3 of them.
Yeah, I can't do 4.
They're in November, I think.
All right, give this a try.
Yeah. Don't make faces.
Mmm. That's so good. So good. All right, I'll eat it, but it's not great.
1 pound, 14 ounces.
1 pound, 14 ounce little folding stool. Do you know what era that's from? What year?
Oh, it's probably from the 1980s, but I probably bought it in Walmart.
That's cool. So as we're walking, we've been seeing a lot of these palm fronds laying down, and Paul said to be sure to be careful on there because there could be snakes under there. And then he told me about the 2-step snake. You want to share your story about the 2-step snake?
In Southeast Asia, I was in Thailand. I never was in Vietnam itself. I was in Thailand. But in Southeast Asia, the famous snake that the Americans always talked about was the 2-step snake. In other words, the idea was that if it bit you, 2 steps and you were dead. All right, a snake is the banded crate. Very colorful. It sort of looks like a version of a coral snake with lines across it. But anyway, I read up on this 2-step snake. Once again, the American GIs called it a 2-step snake. I looked up at the records of the Imperial Japanese Army, which occupied almost all of East Asia from the 1930s into the 40s. And according to the records of the Imperial Japanese Army, 2-step was wrong. It was 3 steps and you're dead. Really, the snake is not that bad. Some people do live through it, but it does account for a lot of snake bites in Southeast Asia. And if not treated, it is deadly.
That's pretty good.
But I thought that was funny about the Imperial Japanese saying, no, it's 3 steps.
All right, our little break by the big oak is over. Now we're heading back into the woods.
Yeah, we're going to look for some cedars and some other big oaks. So
Find some big cedar and some big oaks in here.
be careful. Kind of hard to video, but just fun.
Yeah. This is about the 6th or 7th massive oak tree that we found. And I don't know if you can see the lines going across it. There's a bunch of, I thought they were like cracks or something. These are all from woodpeckers chipping in just in a straight line. Thing's huge. This jungle's pretty dense. It's awesome. So much fun. This is real exploring right here. Paul just said, yeah, I'm strong. He put his hand on this dead palm and it fell over. It's pretty funny. Oh, yeah. Look at that thing.
There is a small cedar to your left. Another thin one.
Well, this one has a cool
I don't know if I did take a picture of this one.
knot right there. Oh, it's just so big and you can't tell on the camera. All right, so Paul's standing next to a cedar tree we found. Look at that majestic tree.
We will find bigger ones.
We will find bigger ones. Yeah, look at this. Possible evidence of a bear.
Looking for swamp cabbage.
Huh. Well, I've hiked over 1,000 miles of Florida and I've yet to see a bear, so we'll see if today's the day. The heat of the day is getting kind of brutal. Stop for some water. It might be a big cedar right over there. So I'm gonna go check that one out. Been hunting down a large cedar tree for quite a while, and it's very possible we found one. This is like, it's like deer hunting. It's a real challenge. All right, success. It is a cedar and it's very large. Let's get up to it. This is what makes Star Island so wild and crazy, is although we're not saving these on a GPS, finding them from Paul's memory of them being out here, it's quite the experience. Yeah, beautiful cedar tree. For Florida, that's a good cedar tree.
I took a picture by this one. I probably left some cut pine.
I was looking down, I thought this was a shed just because of how faded it is there. Yeah, cute little snake right there. So Paul just said we found our two-step.
Yeah, down here. I'm not going to get too close to it.
Let's see if he strikes the screen or not. Nope. He's very relaxed. Oh. We're just bushwhacking through the woods. It's been dense palm, or these fronds. Yeah. We just came out into this clearing right here. This is crazy. What would have made this? That's wild. All right, we found the trail again. Ta-da!
All right, release.
Yeah,
All right,
success.
so you don't want to go back and try some more. You're ready to go back to the canoes?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, okay. I'm saying let's find a good spot here.
Yeah.
Get into this one. So there was.
Let's see if I can get that.
So that's the state of Florida sign. And the other one is the federal national forest.
Yeah.
You could probably break that palm. Yep.
All right.
Yeah, our landing is to the right of it.
I remember after the Cumberland Island hike, getting in the boat, I felt like this is where I needed to be. Paddling was so much better than hiking, and I feel the same thing. Still made it. Oh yeah, you can see in there pretty good. We're paddling against the current now. We got a mile of this, 2 miles of this. But the current's flowing pretty fast. It's chilling on the log over there. Alright, we're gonna attempt to paddle up Fish Creek here and look for a landing. Oh yeah, he's just hanging out. Little turtle right here on the log. Yeah. There's no movement in here. Oh, this is nasty. Yeah, the alligators are out right now. I got all the pictures of the ones that we passed, and we just passed 2 that I didn't get pictures of, but they're out here on the shores and on the logs. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, on the far side over there is another little tiny one on a log. And then another one on this little log right here. I just paddled up through the rapids, so I couldn't film it. There's one right in the middle of the pile. They're like all over the place. And then another one. That's funny. They're everywhere. Chilling out. 6 foot long.
Big bowfin. Mudfish.
Alright, just beached ourselves. Well, he's about to. But getting a little tired. It's been a long day. So it's 4 in the afternoon. Started paddling at about 7:30. So yeah, it's been a long day.
Those of us who are 70 and over sometimes.
I know, you're a tough dude, man. I'm wore out. I can only imagine. All right, the sun is setting on a beautiful day. So it is about 5:15, and we're just making it back. So about a 10-hour trip, 9.5-hour trip. It was great. It was awesome. Got to see some crazy trees that were out there, experience some of the wild, untouched sections of Florida. There's someone at Gore's Landing trying to launch their boat, but oh, there they go. So, all right. Thanks for watching, and I'm not sure what we'll do next week. As always, it's a toss-up. I'll just check the list and find something good, and we're going to do that. So I'll see y'all then. Bye. Yeah, that was a good trip.
Yeah, we made it back about 15 after.
Yeah, not bad.
I told Erica if she wanted to come here, we probably wouldn't be able to like 5:30.
Good stuff.